name's Jack Dice, and welcome to an episode of Obsessed Fishing. Where are we going with this? Hello, I'm Jack Dice, and welcome to the annual really big tackle warehouse unboxing. Because that's what I gotta do every year. Yep, you've probably read the title, and it's probably why you clicked it. And as you can tell, I ordered a lot of fishing stuff. And normally I do this every year. And yeah, I did it again this year. So we're coming back at you with the annual video of a giant tackle warehouse unboxing to get some nice views. Yay! Yay for views, everyone. So, yeah, so that's what I did. The reason I buy a bunch of stuff all at one time and make it such a giant unboxing, one, it's super cool to get a bunch of fishing stuff, and I like fishing stuff. And two, because for me, the sales are going on around the holidays, and a lot of times you can get a lot of stuff at a lot cheaper price. So I try to order my stuff for the year, and I generally have a good idea of what I like to use and what I like to throw, and I throw in a few things that I like to try, and yeah, it comes out to this, a giant freaking hundreds of dollars of baits. I'm not really sure, 600 or so, I don't know. So, but before we jump into that, I got a few other goodies sent to me, not from Tackle Warehouse, but from my buddies over at Favorite Rods USA. They sent me a stick for Christmas, and I'm gonna unbox that too, so here we go. Okay, whoa. Now that's pretty. I don't think the ceiling goes high enough. Hold on. So, look at that. I opened one tube and I got another tube. So, what's in this tube, you might ask? Well, I don't really know, actually. I'm about to find out. Because this is a surprise. This, I don't really know what I'm getting, honestly. It's like a mystery surprise thing. Okay, let's open it. Oh, I think I got a clue of what it is. Look at that. Favorite Rods. Rod glove thing. And bang. A John B. rod. What? It's the 7.2 medium heavy John B. Rigged Series rigged rod by John B. with Googan Squad. Also John B. logo on it, and a John B. logo here. And if you don't know what the John B. logo is, obviously now that you've seen it, you will catch more fish. That's how it works, okay? I really like it. It's 7.2 medium heavy, which is perfect for doing a lot of things. And dang, it's really actually pretty sexy. I love the Phantom series of rods. I just love the accent colors on it, and I like these. I don't know if you can see that. It's like this ringed, ridged blank. I don't know. Catches fish, and I like it. So thank you so much, Favorite. I love it. I cannot wait to get out there and catch some fish on it and see what we can do. But now it's time to get into tackle. Okay, and back to the regular unboxing. And now in other cool things that I got, check this out. Connect Scale version 2. This is another gift sent to me, and I'm pretty stoked about it. This is the second version of the Bluetooth scale, Connect Scale. If you've never heard of it, it connects to an app on your phone. You can do all kinds of things. You can call, you can like log where your catch was and details about the catch. It helps you pattern fish better. And it was really just my favorite scale. It was the most dependable one I had, was the version 1. And so they said, hey, you want to try out a version 2? I said, I don't mind if I do. And so there it is, Connect Scale version 2. I actually bought one of these and put it on after the fact on my version 1. And now on the version 2, it just comes standard. That's freaking cool to see. Well, I cannot wait to try it out. So thank you, Connect Scale. Again, sorry to waste your time. So let's go ahead and get to the stuff you wanted to see. You've waited long enough. Here we go. This is it. Mega massive tackle warehouse unboxing. Again, here we go. Let's check out what's inside. What did I buy? What a mystery. It's like I don't even know. Well, we've got a lot of stuff. Oh shoot. Dang it. Well, I guess we'll just start with whatever comes out first. First up on the list, Megabass jerkbaits. This is the Vision 110 plus 1 and the Vision 110. Now, I've got a few more in here somewhere. In fact, look at that. They're freaking right here. These are, again, a lot of the Vision 10 plus 1s. I started throwing that last year and I really like it. If you don't know, the Vision 110 is pretty much the standard for jerkbaits, and that's the regular one right there. But the deeper diving one has about the same action, and it's that deeper diving bill just gets a little bit farther down there. It just makes it a bit easier to fish, and I've been catching a ton on them, and it's the more I tournament fish, the more I like to have a few baits that I really, really believe in, and I'm really happy to have. Basically, I don't want to throw something in a tournament that I don't trust is going to work well. And so, you know, they are an arm and a leg to buy, and it literally hurts my stomach to pay for them, but, you know, sometimes you just got to do it. So I got a few colors here. We got this, I don't even know, it's like a sexy shad, but it's see-through right here. Got a Tennessee shad, kind of see-through, kind of like that color. Got a French pearl type color, more of a white base. And then I got this clearer color in the smaller size, Wagasaki, I don't really know how to say it. It's Japanese and it's freaking cool. That's all you need to know. There you go, jerk baits. Next up, we got spoons. I don't have a lot of spoons, so I figured I'd go ahead and get me a few just to try. So we got two like regular size flutter spoons from Nichols. This one's just a plain chrome, and we got one with like a nice holographic finish on it. They call it the Shattered Glass. Looks pretty cool. Those are regular size flutter spoons, and then I got one of the mini Magnum spoons. Now this is a mini Magnum, and it's only a 6-inch compared to these being like 5.5, but it looks so much bigger. It's pretty insane. I don't know. Can I catch a fish on it, or will I snag a dock? I don't really know, but I'm willing to give it a try. Looks pretty fun. So spoons are something I haven't really dabbled in enough, and it's clear that they are making a comeback and that they're catching fish everywhere. So I figured I'd go ahead and get a few, just to give it a try. Chrome is pretty standard. Like, you can go with the fancy colors, but it seems like more often than not, just a straight chrome will do you fine. But sometimes you gotta go a little smaller, and so I got some regular jigging spoons here. Have thrown these a little bit, not caught much on them, but I figured, you know what, might as well get a few good quality new ones. I have some old crappy ones, so these are some War Eagle 2-pack, cheap, done deal. Alright, next. Oh, also forgot about this one. Went ahead and picked up the James Watson Worldwide Doc's Spoon Jack and Spoon. So that looks fun. That's a hot technique, is dropping spoons in boat slips. This one's got a nice kind of cup thing, so it'll slide back under the docks a little bit. And it's a little bit smaller, again, with straight chrome. I have a lot of docks around me, so I figured it'd be something fun to try. I think it could be good. Could end up being something I really like. So that goes with the spoons as well. Next up, we got some Shad Wraps by Rapala. Now, these, if you don't know, are the standard for cold water cranking. I absolutely love these baits when I'm fishing in water that's like below, really in the 50s or below. I've caught fish cranking, burning these in like 40-degree water. So they're just super lifelike, natural swim, and there's really only two colors I use. Only two colors. And that is the natural shad and the dark brown crawdad. To me, those are the only two colors you need. I'm being honest. Like, I'll throw that one in muddy water, I'll throw that one in clear water, and sometimes I'll throw that one in a little bit clear water too if they're feeding on crawdads. It's pretty simple for me. Both seem to work. Both catch them. My favorite size has been this one right here, the number 5. My absolute favorite, but it's small, it doesn't dive that deep, and so it makes it hard to cast. So, I've heard a lot of good things about the size 6, but I haven't thrown it as much. I've mostly thrown the 7 and the 5, so picked a couple of those up to give them a try. I'm sure they'll work. Will they become my new favorite? Only time will tell, but I'm sure they'll catch some fish, because I absolutely love this bait. I can't stress enough to you, if you fish cold water and you've not tried this, you're dumb. Thank you. Alright, next. Let's just keep the hard baits rolling, I guess. Okay, baits, lots of baits. I'll start out with these. These are just lipless crankbaits. I really started throwing lipless crankbaits again this past fall, and really started liking them, throwing them in tournaments, and I didn't used to throw them that much, and I'm starting to like them again. So I picked up a few more of my favorite ones. Some Strike King Red Eye Shad, that's always my favorite. Just a red color, that's classic. Sometimes I like a really small one when the water gets clear and just for more pressure fish, a little 1/4 ounce. This is a green gizzard shad, a much more natural kind of translucent color. The Sebile Flat Shad. Now, this is one that has a lot of good things going for it. It's supposedly a really good bait, and this is my favorite color, hollow green, but I haven't thrown it that much, but one of mine got broken and ruined, so I had to buy a new one just to try it. And then another Strike King 1/2 ounce Red Eye Shad in Olive Shad, which is a new color. It's kind of a sexy shad, but a much more natural. Instead of a blue, it's more of a, again, an olive color, and it looks a lot cooler to me, so I like it, and that's what I bought with my money. we got square bill crankbaits. I don't know why I buy so many of these, considering I don't throw them that much anymore. I don't throw that many varieties, but I went ahead and picked up some more. So there are some baits that are specialty here and some that I really like. The classic square bill is the KVD 1.5 and 2.5. So I picked up a few more of those. I picked up some more red and craw colors. I didn't have many really at all. So this is a 1.5 in chili craw, 1.5 in orange red, and 1.5 in brown craw. One bait that's a square bill type design, but it's an older bait that's really known to catch them in colder water, is the Speed Trap. Now I already had one in a bright chartreuse color, but I wanted one more crawfish bait, so I picked up a bright red, and I really like this bait. It makes a lot of noise. I've caught some fish on it. I really think it needs to be more muddy water oriented, so that's why I went the brighter color. And again, it's a great cold water square bill crankbait in muddy waters, so good to have one of those. And then just one 2.5, really big gaudy 2.5 in chartreuse blackback. For those muddy water, you want something big just for them to find it. That's what that's for. A little bait that I've heard some good things about is the BX Brat by Rapala. So I picked up one of those. I picked up one in the size 3, but I really would have rather had one in the size 6. So kind of a mistake on my part. Oh well, I'll live with it and we'll try it. I got one in a more, again, brown crawfish pattern. And keeping up with the shallow square bill crankbait line, I got some flat-sided crankbaits, either the 6th Sense Flat Crush, and I really like these crankbaits. I've thrown them a bit. They have a really tight wobble, and they really seem to catch them. So got a couple in some bright colors, chartreuse and a bright red craw. That's what I like. And then one natural color, more shad pattern. This one happens to be Shad Fantasy. It looks pretty natural, looks pretty good. So, like those baits, it's a tight wobble, like a lipless crankbait, but it has the bill on it. Works out good. I like it. So, moving on, we got some more, moving into the more deeper diving crankbaits. I picked up a couple of these 6th Sense Curve 55s. I only have one that came in, the others were out of stock, but this is Brown Eye Craw. It's a wiggle wart type bait, and I really like those types of baits. So, this one looked really good, had some good reviews. Again, that's a bait I've never tried before, but I have a lot of confidence in it already looking at it. It looks like a sick little bait. I love the look of it, the paint job, the action. 6th Sense does pretty much everything right, so that's what I got. And then some more mid-depth. Got some 3XDs from Strike King. Got one in Tennessee Shad and one in Orange Belly Craw. I've caught some on this one before. These are more mid-depth cranks, you know, in that 7 to 10, 12 foot zone, depending on how long a cast you have, how light your line is. Good mid-depth crankbaits right here. Caught a few on them. And then some baits I've never tried, but I've always wanted to include these. A 10-foot diver is the DT10 from Rapala. I love the DT6 series, and I have a ton of them, but I have none of the other ones. So figured I'd pick up for you. This is Blueback Herring. It's kind of a good all-around, kind of shad color, kind of, you know, whatever, has some color to it, you know, can work good. And then some more natural shad patterns. I got one in Helsinki Shad, which is one of my favorites in the DT6s, so I picked one up in a DT16 to get to 16 foot, and then a bright color. Once you get down deep, really all you want are whites and brights because they gotta see them down there, so those are colors I have confidence in. And then, continuing the deep trend, we got a we got a Strike King 6XD in pearl, blue, powderback, chartreuse, whatever you want to call it. Dives deep, really bright, really loud, got a lot of rattles in this one. Just a good deep diving crankbait. Caught some fish on those as well. Now we got into the top waters. I got a few top waters. Start off, I love top waters, and I really wish I had bought more, but I already have a bunch. And the thing with top waters is you're usually not breaking them off too often, because when you snag them, they're usually, because they float, they're above the water, so you can just go over and pull them off. So even though I might not have as many top waters, you're not losing them as often as you might crankbaits. So I have a few poppers here. Went ahead and tried one of these Berkeley Bullet Pops. I just liked their bluegill color, so I went ahead and picked up one in the 70 size. And then this is a popper that I've caught some good fish on, is the Yellow Magic popper. There's a few really high-end poppers on the market that seem in that price range of the $16 to $20. There's the Rio Rico, the Don Ivo Splash It, and the Yellow Magic. And the Yellow Magic, though some of the reviews on Tackle Warehouse aren't as good, I personally caught some really big fish on this popper. This is the larger size, so I just picked up another one. This is in the Owlwife color, and I really like it. It looks pretty. Can't wait to give it a try. I'm sure it'll catch some fish. Then we got a Whopper Plopper, 110 size. I don't own a single 110 size Whopper Plopper. And I really didn't think I needed to, but after watching some recent tournament videos, some guys are really liking the 110 as opposed to the 130, which is normally what I throw. So I went ahead and picked up one. This is in bone. It's a classic top watercolor, and I've got a lot of confidence in it. Again, if I'm going to buy one, I'm going to buy it in a color that I really like. And then some more interesting top waters here. We got some wake baits, wake minnows to be specific. This one is by Berkley. This is the Surge Shad. Kind of reminds me of an old Bomber Longhead. It's kind of a blue chrome color. And then adding to that, to go with that, I've got one in the bone color, which is what I like. This is a Jackal Khan wake bait. At least that's how I believe you say it. C-H-A-N, Chan, Khan. It's gotta be Khan. Anyway, it's gigantic. Like, let me give you a quick look at this thing. But this thing, I didn't realize how honkin' big it is. It's kind of cool. It's like a big fish bait. A lot of people use this in the pre-spawn and around the spawn. I've used it in the spawn before to get fish to come up, and I can see them on beds. And so, anyway, I'm excited about that one. That one looks fun. It's got a big prop on the tail just to add a little bit more action. I'm not sure how much difference that makes or whether I like that or not, but certainly a cool looking little bait by Jackal. Not little bait, all right, it's a big bait. And then lastly, certainly not least, I got some more bluegill style baits. This one right here is a known, again, a expensive bait. Expensive bait. It hurts my whole soul to buy it, but it's just so much. It's so proven you have to. That's the Brian's B. This is the B2 size. I have one in the B3, which is a lot smaller, and that is the baby green color, and that's the only color I've only have confidence in, so that's what I use. It's a prop bait. You gotta put your own hooks on and everything, so really it's an expensive little handcrafted bait, but it's just proven over and over again in tournaments and championships that it is the deal around brim beds. So, and I love fishing that way, so I had to go ahead and just deal out the money and get it. But one thing that I'm really curious about, I'm really excited to try, is this Dual Realis Dual Hardcore, what do they call it? The Noisy Junior? Oh, I get it, Noisy. You see that right there? Noisy. Come on, Dual. This is supposed to be Japanese and like super high quality. You have that kind of pun on there. Unacceptable. Anyway, but it's a dual jointed wake bait, and I used to have one a lot like this. Lucky Craft used to make one, and I had it in a bright color, and I'd throw it around the spawn, and I loved it, but I lost it, and they stopped making it. So when I saw this one in like a really matte, bright bluegill color, it's got a little prop on the tail. That's about the only difference. It's a little bit bigger. I'm pretty stoked to try this around brim beds and stuff like that, because I used to do that with a wake bait. No one really does that. Most people throw the prop bait or other things, but this could really be the deal. So I'm super excited. This one is one of my top, like, had to try it. Looks really cool. Cannot wait to see what happens with it kind of baits. Next up in the random stuff category, you got all kinds of random stuff that's not that fun. Fin clips, didn't have any. Saw these for cheap on sale. Why not? That's for tournaments. Orange dye. I love orange dye. Ran out of it, so I bought some more. That's that. And then leader line from Gamma. Gamma's expensive, but I trust it. It's strong. I like it. Enough said. Next thing. I bought a jig. It's funny to be a bass fisherman and you buy gear for the year and you buy one jig, but it's a missile mini flip jig. Caught a few. Caught one 6-pounder on one of these. Good components, good hook. It's all right. It's a decent, and it was on sale, like extra on sale. They had one, so picked one up in a 1/2 ounce. Nice little compact jig. Like the look of that. Some fish head spins. I've got one by Fish Head, and then I've got a few by Cumberland Pro Lures. It's a 2-pack, so it's a little bit cheaper. Both 3/8 ounce. That's usually, I throw that in a 1/4. Those are the two general sizes I throw, and sometimes a 1/2 if I'm really going fast. I've started catching a lot of fish on these, especially spotted bass, especially fish feeding on small shad. Really like those, so I had to get a few more because I didn't have many. Kind of in the same line, something I really like is the Scrounger, so I tried these new, the Picasso Aaron Martin ones. I don't even know how to say it. Sweet. It's cool looking, is all you need to know. I picked one up in a 1/2 ounce and 1 3/4. The bills on these ones were gigantic. I didn't really, there's so many bills. That's the one thing I gotta say about it, is it's very cool. I love how detailed Aaron Martin's is. Obviously he's meticulous with everything, but like trying to order some is the most intimidating thing I've ever heard of. Like there are so many options. It's like one of those things where it's too many options. I'm like, there's, you know, some brands, they have 3/4 ounce and they have one in a long bill and a short bill. This is like, they got one long, short, thin plastic, thicker plastic, long bill, shorter plastic, thicker bill, or both. It's like so many combinations, different size hooks, and I love that, but it's like, there's just so much, I almost don't know what to get. So these ended up being gigantic bills, a little bigger than I was hoping. These look about right that I like. These little 1/2 ounce ones almost look a little small, and these ones look a little big, so I don't know, but we'll see. I love scroungers, kind of same kind of thing. Got a few frogs, Poppin' Frog from Booyah. This is a shad pattern. I don't know why I bought it, I did. But, and then this is my favorite color frog right here, this Sunburn, the brown one. I only had one left. Booyah is pretty cheap, and they catch a lot of fish, so I have no complaints with them. The hooks are a little but whatever, I don't throw frogs too often, but this is my favorite color when I do, that Sunburn. And then I went ahead and picked up one of those Whopper Plopper style toads. This is, again, the Booyah one. I thought it looked pretty good. And then it's in bone color. I like the second tail, and I don't know. It's a fad, but I figured I needed one. I didn't own one of those plopping style toads, and I figured there could be a situation where it'd be nice to have. Got some big old shaky heads. Yep, that's that. And then got some of the hard heads. I didn't have many of these left, and I've caught a few fish on them, but not many, not worthy of buying a ton, but just good to have some. I always feel like I should have at least 1 or 2 of everything, just in case I like it. Then I got some Nico weights. I started throwing a Nico weight a lot at the end of the year, and I really fell in love with it at Lake Norman last year. Super fun way to catch a lot of fish, especially spotted bass, it seems like, but I'm gonna throw these more next year, so I went ahead and bought a lot of that kind of junk. Okay, along the lines of buying things I like and have confidence in, I went ahead and bought a lot of Rage Bugs from Striking. I just have a ton of confidence in these baits, caught tons of fish on them, and I burned through them like crazy. These are the beaver bait of choice for me. Absolutely love them. A little bit of action, caught so many fish on them, big fish, little fish, lots of fish. Enough said, they catch fish. Again, if I'm gonna go with 2 colors, I usually am pretty simple. I go with 1 or 2, a black and blue, and then a lot of green pumpkin. I got regular green pumpkin and blue craw, which is probably my favorite. It's a little bit of blue swirl in there. I really like it, so got a bunch of those. Got like 5 packs of those, and a couple more packs of Rage Craws, some green pumpkin, and some black blue flake. Again, only 2 colors you need. Green pumpkin purple is the ones I got. I like them a little bit better. I like the little flake in there. And then some that I didn't have many of left are these Rage Menace Grubs. And they're again, another fish catching staple, and I didn't have many, so I went ahead and picked up a pack in green pumpkin. This one has a little purple flake in there too, so I like that. And then I used to throw these a bit, and I don't have any left, and I figured I might as well get a pack of them, is the Baby Pack Craw. They make a good little jig trailer, and didn't have any left, so picked some up in green pumpkin. Wow, what a surprise. I bought the same thing. Also, in randomness, bought this flash jig that works, hopefully. Maybe, we'll see. Let's try it. Looks pretty good. Good choice by me on color. Next thing. Alright, continuing with the theme of baits I use all the time. Straight tail worms. And really there's 2 straight tail worms I use a ton. That's the trick worm and the robo worm. And the robo worm I got some in Morning Dawn. The thing with robo worms is they fade really fast, so for me, I try not to buy too many until I'm actually at a tournament where I'm going to use them. Times of the year, usually I don't end up using them until about, they really start playing about post-spawn all the way through until it gets cold again. I don't seem to catch them very good on it in cold water. That's just me. I don't catch them good on a robo worm. Then, so I tried not to buy too many. Just bought the Morning Dawn ones. I'll buy more. These are, in particular, the Morning Dawn fade so fast, so I have to buy them in store for me and right near when I'm going to actually use them. So only bought 1 pack. But trick worms, they last forever. So I picked up some green pumpkin blue, some green pumpkin green, and June bug. Again, a dark color like June bug, black and blue. And then my favorite is green pumpkin green. That's probably my #1 trick worm color. Besides watermelon, which I actually had so many of I didn't buy anymore. So got a few Magnum trick worms. These are in the red bug color. That's cool. It's trick worm but bigger. Then we got green pumpkin green finesse worms. It's a trick worm but smaller. My favorite jig trailer of all time is just a regular old freaking chunk. It's about as basic as it comes. This is the big salty chunk. Got a bunch more of those in green pumpkin. I burned through them like wildfire. And I got some littler ones and just green pumpkin. And then I got some, again, some darker colors. Got a blue, flippin' blue, and Junebug. I actually really like a Junebug trailer on a black and blue jig. I've caught some really good fish doing that. I don't know why. It's probably not that different from black and blue. I don't know how much difference it actually makes, but I like it, so I bought some more. Again, with miscellaneous plastics, bought some more horny toads. Love throwing these on the backs of buzzbaits all the time. Got some in Gray Ghost, which I haven't tried, but look good. And then my classic, which is just a straight white. Usually I just throw black and white. I already have black, so I bought some more white. Simple enough. More random plastics in colors that I use. Flukes in white pearl. Speed Craws in white pearl. And then I bought some of these, which I've just been trying recently. I like a Ned rig a lot, and these are the Roboworm Ned worms. This is the color People's Worm, which I really like in the Roboworm, so I figured having some in a Ned rig couldn't hurt. And that's pretty much it for that. Only thing left in here is a bunch of junk terminal tackle, weights, hooks, all the good stuff that's really boring to look at, but you gotta buy. So that concludes the Tackle Warehouse unboxing. Thank you so much for watching another person open stuff that's not yours. Subscribe if you want to see more of that, and if you want to see me actually use this stuff in future videos, especially tournament videos, if you like that kind of thing, I would definitely subscribe. If I were you, please do that. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I guess I'll see you next time. How do videos end? Can I ask that? Do people do a dance? People do that kind of like, everyone's like, wow, hit the camera. You know why they do that? It's because they're so awkward they don't know how to end a video. So I'll end it like a human. Goodbye.